So your car, as a power plan, sounds kind of wild, right? But what if I told you that the vehicle in your garage isn't just for getting around? Today, we're going to dive into a technology that could literally change everything about how we get our power.
I know. That sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. But seriously, what if the answer to one of the biggest challenges in energy was already parked in your driveway, just waiting to be plugged in? It's a pretty mind-blowing thought. Okay, so before we get to your car is basically the hero of this story, we first need to talk about the villain. And that villain is the grid's biggest challenge.
Look, we all love renewable energy. Solar, wind, they're fantastic. They're clean, and they're getting cheaper all the time. But there's a catch, isn't there? The sun goes down. The wind stops blowing. You just can't count on them 24/7.
And that creates this huge mismatch. Think about it. We're making all this amazing clean power in the middle of the day when the sun's blazing, but most of us are at work. Then we all get home in the evening, flip on the lights, the TV, start cooking, and that's when demand for power goes through the roof. Right when all that solar power disappears. This gap is the real problem.
So, what do? How can we bottle up all that extra sunshine from the afternoon and save it for later? Well, like I said, the answer might be sitting right in your driveway. Yep, your electric car. It's so much more than just a way to get from point A to point B. That huge battery underneath you? It's basically a giant power bank on wheels.
Now, there's a fancy term for this in the energy world: distributed energy resources. It sounds complicated, but it's really not. It just means a whole bunch of small power sources, like your EV or your neighbor's rooftop solar panels, all spread out and working together as a team.
Okay, so how does this actually happen? How do you turn a car into a power bank for the whole neighborhood? Well, it all comes down to some really clever tech that makes electricity a two-way street.
It's called vehicle-to-grid, or V2G for short. And honestly, it's just what it sounds like. Instead of electricity being a one-way street to your car, V2G opens up the other lane. Your car can send a little bit of power back to the grid when it's needed most.
Here's how it works. It's super simple. Step 1, you plug in your car at night. Just like you always do when power is cheap and plentiful, it charges up. Easy. Step 2, the next evening, during that peak power rush hour, your car, which is probably just sitting there, pushes a little bit of energy back to help everyone out. And don't worry, it's all smart. The system makes sure you always have more than enough juice for your drive the next day.
And just like that, your car isn't just a passive thing that uses energy anymore. It becomes an active player in the game. It's like a sponge, soaking up all that cheap, clean power, and then squeezing a little bit out to help balance the whole system when things get tight.
Now, one car helping out is cool. But what happens when it's not just one car? What if it's thousands or millions of cars, all connected, all helping out at the same time? Well, that's when things go from cool to absolutely game-changing. Because when you connect all those individual cars with some smart software, they stop being individual cars. They become one single giant coordinated power plant, a virtual power plant. This is a completely different way of thinking about energy. Forget the old model of one massive, clunky power station. Instead, picture this nimble, lightning-fast network of batteries on wheels, spread out everywhere. It can react to changes on the grid in seconds, not hours, helping to prevent blackouts and making everything way more stable. All right, this all sounds great for the planet, great for the power grid, but let's be real. What's in it for you? Well, the answer is pretty straightforward. Your car could actually start earning you cash. And this isn't just some far-off idea either. They actually tested this out. There was this amazing project in Delaware where they hooked up a whole fleet of EVs to the grid. And the results? They were pretty mind-blowing.
Get this. Just by providing these valuable services to the grid, each car was earning about $5. Not a month, not a week, every single day.
You do the math on that. That's around $1,800 a year. Imagine that, getting paid almost $2,000 just for letting your parked car help out. That could be your insurance payment for the year, right there.
So if there's one thing to remember from all this, it's this. V2G technology transforms millions of individual cars into one giant shared battery. It helps build a cleaner, smarter, more resilient grid for all of us. And yeah, you get paid to do it. It's a win-win-win.
Hey, if you enjoyed this little explainer, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. We've got a lot more deep dives like this coming your way on Energy Simply Explained. Thanks for watching.